The first thing I noticed about Aelira was her eyes, liquid violet with an inner glow like distant stars. She stood in the doorway of my apartment, wearing a black hoodie 2 sizes too big and carrying only one small case. Her skin shimmered faintly under the hallway light, not in a glittery way, but like heat waves off asphalt. Ethereal. Alien. Because she was. "I'm Aelira," she said, extending a hand with long, delicate fingers tipped in soft, glowing blue. "I'm Max," I replied, shaking her hand. "Welcome to Earth. And my place." It was the university's idea, an interspecies exchange program. I was the lucky human student assigned to host a Lyran biology major for 6 months. Aelira was the first of her kind to study off-world. She needed somewhere quiet. I needed help with rent. At first, it was easy. Aelira kept to herself. She studied constantly, murmuring to herself in a language that sounded like rain on glass. She never complained, never left dishes in the sink. She was perfect, if distant. But 3 weeks in, everything changed. Chapter 2, The Signs. It started subtly. She began sleeping more, 12, then 14 hours a day. Her appetite tripled, and I found her in the kitchen at 3 a.m. with both hands submerged in a bowl of rice pudding. "You okay?" I asked. She looked at me, pupils dilated wide. "My body is preparing." "For what?" She tilted her head, and for the first time, looked hesitant. "It is the null, Myra. The breeding cycle. It is difficult to explain." I blinked. "Wait. Breeding. Like mating season?" She nodded. "Every Lyran undergoes it between their 3rd and 4th solar decade. It is hormonal, intense. Normally, we return to the lunar pools of our homeworld. But I am here. And that's a problem. I do not wish to return. Not yet." She lowered her gaze. "But I will need help." Chapter 3, Heatwave. Over the next few days, the temperature in the apartment became unbearable. Aelira's body emitted more heat the further the cycle progressed. I bought fans, cracked windows, and started sleeping on the balcony. She, on the other hand, became increasingly agitated, like a wire stretched too tight. Her glow pulsed with color, her skin flushed with bioluminescent patterns that shifted with emotion. One night, she approached me with wide eyes and flushed cheeks. "It is near peak," she whispered. "I can't concentrate. I can't eat. My skin hurts. My thoughts spiral." I gulped. "What do you need from me?" She didn't touch me, but the air around her vibrated with need. "Lyrans do not breed the way humans do," she said. "It is not purely physical. It is connection, neural alignment. Touch, yes, but of minds. You want to link with me?" She nodded slowly. "If I don't," she added, her voice cracking, "the build-up will collapse in on itself. My body will burn through me." I stared at her, heart racing. "Is it safe for me?" "Yes," she whispered. "But you will feel everything I do." Chapter 4, The Merge. We sat across from each other on the floor, our hands linked. She guided me through the connection. "Don't resist," she murmured. "Let your thoughts open." A current surged through me, warm, electric, intimate. My thoughts blurred. I could feel her, the ache of her skin, the pressure in her chest, the endless swirl of longing that wasn't sexual exactly, but primal. A deep need for unity, belonging, creation. Our minds danced like overlapping galaxies. Memories passed between us, her first swim under Lyran moons, the feeling of zero gravity in her childhood pod, the raw pain of isolation on Earth. I showed her my own, my dad teaching me to ride a bike, my heartbreak at 16, my loneliness buried under sarcasm. We cried. We laughed. And then, the pressure broke. Her glow exploded in a dazzling array of swirling light, and I felt it, ecstasy without lust, fulfillment without touch. Completion. When it was done, we collapsed into each other's arms, panting. Chapter 5. Fallout. The next morning, the apartment was cool again. Aelira looked calm, almost serene. Her glow had dimmed, her voice steadier. "Thank you," she said simply. "Are you okay?" She nodded. "Better than I've ever been." I wasn't sure how to feel. I remembered everything, her feelings, her memories, even the lingering echo of that desperate need. And she remembered mine. "You didn't just share thoughts," I said. "You saw all of me." "Yes," she replied. "And I am still here." We smiled at each other, awkward, human, alien, everything in between. Chapter 6. Trouble at the door. 2 days later, the university called. Someone had reported unauthorized telepathic merging. "They'll send someone to retrieve me," she said. "They fear contamination. As if empathy is a disease." I felt rage boil up. "You didn't hurt anyone. We didn't break anything. You needed help. They won't understand that." I paced the room. "Then we'll make them understand. We'll tell them what really happened. We'll show them it's not about control, but connection." She hesitated. "You'd fight for me?" "Of course I would." She stared at me, glowing faintly. "No one's ever said that to me." Chapter 7. The Council. We stood before a panel of alien and human administrators. Aelira in her ceremonial robes, me in jeans and a borrowed jacket. "You allowed an unsanctioned merge," Aelyran Elder said coldly. "Such acts are forbidden without ritual containment." "She was dying," I interrupted. "She needed help. I helped her." The human dean adjusted his glasses. We reviewed the records. Neural scans confirm emotional stabilization, not contamination. This merge didn't harm either of you. In fact, it's precedent. They deliberated. Whispered. Eyed us like curious specimens. Finally, the elder spoke again. "You acted with intention and care. Perhaps the fault is not yours, but ours, for expecting a species to suppress its nature." They allowed her to stay. Chapter 8. Beyond the cycle. Life after that wasn't the same. We weren't just roommates anymore. We were connected in a way that defied labels. Aelira still studied late into the night. I still drank too much coffee. But now, we cooked together. We shared music. She asked about my family. I learned to pronounce her real name, not just Aelira, but the musical chord of tones that meant hope between stars. Sometimes, when the apartment was quiet, we sat together and reopened the link. Not because we had to, but because it reminded us that beneath species, language, and biology, we were both just trying to be understood. And in a universe that often felt cold and alien. She wasn't anymore. The end.